Hey guys, Jason here with Quantum Courses, and in this tutorial, we'll be going over how to easily create embroidered designs for t-shirts, jackets, hats, and other print-on-demand products. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit the notifications bell so you'll get notified each time I release a new tutorial. Are you tired of only creating standard ink printed designs for your print-on-demand products? Well, start offering your customers something unique by making custom embroidered products with Printful. With Embroidery, instead of using the typical DTG process with inkjet printers, your design is added to your products by stitching threads directly into the fabric. Embroidery can make even the simplest designs pop and provide the products in your shop with a premium look that can set you apart from your competition. In this video, I'll be demonstrating how anyone can use Printful to make embroidered products to add to your shop on Shopify, Etsy, eBay, or other e-commerce platforms. Printful connects to tons of different platforms and marketplaces, so you can easily set up one or more online shops to sell products to your customers. With over 80 embroidered products to choose from, Printful allows you to stock up your e-commerce store with custom shirts, beanies, jackets, and much more. So now let's go through the process of creating embroidered print-on-demand products with Printful. To create your free Printful account and follow along, go ahead and click the link in the video description. So now that you've signed up for Printful, let's look up at the top and go to your account drop-down menu. From the drop-down menu, go ahead and click on Go to Dashboard. This will take you to your Printful dashboard where you can create product templates, connect Printful to various marketplaces and platforms, manage your orders, and much more. So let's go over how to create an embroidered product to add to my example print-on-demand shop on Etsy. If you haven't connected Printful to Etsy or another marketplace yet, make sure you check out my previous video going through the process. So in order to add a new embroidered product to my Etsy store or other online shop, I'll have to start by creating a product template. To do this, let's look at the menu on the left-hand side and click on the Product Templates tab. With Printful product templates, you can simply create a product once and use the same template to add your product to any store that you have Printful integrated with. When a customer places an order, the order will be sent to Printful and they'll print and ship your item to the customer. So let's create a product template for my new embroidered product. To create a template, go ahead and click the plus sign icon in the Create More Product Templates box here. This will open up a new window where you can view all the different products that you can create on Printful. Printful offers way more products than most other sites, including men's clothing, women's clothing, kids and youth clothing, hats, accessories, home and living, collectibles, and brand packages. Each category features many different products that you can choose from. So as an example, let's check out the products under women's clothing. When you select a category, you'll be able to view all the different products that are available for that particular product type. For women's clothing, they have the typical products like t-shirts and hoodies, but also some other unique products like leggings and even sports bras. So for my example embroidered product, I think I'll just go with the t-shirt. As you can see, not only does Printful have tons of different product types, but also several product types such as t-shirts will have several options to choose from. If we scroll through the women's t-shirt section, you can see that there's over a dozen different options that you could select. The options available on Printful definitely sets it apart from other platforms. So for my embroidered product, I think I'll go with the women's relaxed t-shirt. So now that we've selected our product type and our product style, we can now create the product with the Printful design editor. So the first thing that I like to do is to select my product colors. If you look at the menu on the left-hand side, you'll see the Choose Colors section at the bottom. Here's where you can select all the colors that you want to offer for this particular product. Keep in mind that not all colors will be available for each product, and when selecting your colors, make sure you're selecting colors that go well with the design that you're creating. Now that I've selected my colors, let's go up and select our printing technique. Here's where you can choose to create your product using the traditional DTG inkjet printing method, or the technique that we're looking for, embroidery. Since we're creating an embroidered product, of course, we're going to select the embroidery option. When you select the embroidery technique, you'll notice the print area on your product preview get a bit smaller. With embroidery, you can't create designs quite as big as you can with the DTG printing method. But if you check out the options above your product preview, you'll see multiple locations that you could add your design to. For t-shirts, for example, I can add my embroidered design to the left of the chest or the center of the chest. For my product, I think I'll just stick with the left chest option. So before we continue, let's go over a few tips on how to create designs for embroidery. When creating product designs, you want to keep in mind the type of printing method that you're going to be using. Some of the designs that you create for the DTG printing method won't work for embroidered products. So my first tip for creating embroidered designs is to use large text and lines. If you're using text that's too small, it may be hard to read when using embroidery. You also want to make sure to use thick lines. If you only use a thin line, then it'll be created using a single stitch. Next, you want to avoid using distressed or textured graphics. If you try to use distressed or textured graphics, many of your details of your design may be lost during the embroidery process. You also want to avoid having negative spaces in your design. Negative spaces are empty spaces in the artwork, which can cause several problems with embroidery. Make sure to avoid these by filling in the negative spaces with another color. The next tip is to avoid using gradient designs. Gradients won't work because you're not allowed to transition from one color thread to another using embroidery. All graphics in your designs that include gradients will have to be changed to a solid color. Next, you want to make sure to avoid using solid background colors. With embroidery, you have a maximum stitch count of 15,000 stitches. To avoid exceeding the thread count, try to use transparent backgrounds instead. When creating your design, make sure you don't use any photographic images. With embroidery, it's simply not possible to stitch in a realistic photo. Any photographic images you want to use will have to be recreated using solid colors and shapes. On Printful, many of the products have several embroidery options such as the 3D puff. When creating embroidered designs with the 3D puff option, make sure you're using bold shapes and text. Graphics that don't meet the minimum thickness won't be able to be embroidered with the 3D puff. And finally, there's a few things you need to keep in mind when creating side embroidery designs. As mentioned earlier, many of the products will have multiple locations where you can add designs to. The print area for the side embroidery is much smaller than the main print area. For side embroidery locations, you can include a maximum of 10 characters per line. So now that we've gone over some embroidery tips, let's upload my design to my product. To upload my design, I can click on Choose File under the Next Step section here, or simply click the print area directly on the template. This should open up your store's file library in a new window. Here's where you can upload your designs and view all the previous designs that you've uploaded. So let's add the design that I want to use for my embroidered product. To add a new design, let's click on the red Upload button. You can then find and open up the design you want to add to your product. Once your design finishes uploading, you'll see it appear in the Recently Used Files section. Go ahead and hover over your image and click on the Select button. The design that you uploaded will then automatically be added to your product template. Since we selected to create an embroidered product, you should now be on the embroidery edit page where you can select your embroidery type and your thread colors. Printful actually has various embroidery types that you can select from depending on the product that you're creating. This includes flat embroidery, 3D puff, or partial 3D puff. For t-shirts, for example, the only embroidery type option that's available is the flat embroidery. But if we were creating another product such as hats, you would see other options available here as well. So as mentioned before, you can choose a maximum of 6 colors for your design threads. If your design includes a color that isn't available, it'll automatically be switched to a color that is available. So as you can see here, my design includes 3 colors. If I wanted to change one of the colors, I could simply click the drop-down menu here and select a new thread color from the options here. If you need to edit the size or orientation of your design, you can do this by going up to the Transform tab at the top here. This should open up a new menu on the left-hand side where you can rotate your image, adjust the width and height, and flip your image horizontally or vertically. And to change the position of your design, simply go up to the Position tab, then use the design icons here to center your image, move it to the top of the print area, move it to the side of the print area, or any of the other options here. So take your time and make sure you got your image colors, position, and orientation exactly the way you like. Now that I'm finished editing my design, let's go back to the product tab. So we've already selected our colors. Now we can scroll down to the bottom of the mockup here and see how our new embroidered design looks on each color of the product. If one of the colors doesn't quite go with your design, go ahead and remove the color from your product template. So once you're ready, go ahead and look at the bottom left and click on the Continue button. You can then finish setting up the template for your embroidered product just like you would any other product template on Printful. To finish creating your product template, go ahead and enter your title, add your sizes, then click on Save Product Template. And voila! The new template for your embroidered product has been created. Once you've integrated Printful with the marketplace, you can easily go to your product template and click on Add to Store. You'll then see a window pop up where you can view all the stores you have connected to Printful. Simply select the store you want to add your product to and follow the few steps to add the product to your online shop. If you have multiple shops connected to Printful, you can add the same product to each shop using the same method. If you need help adding product templates to your online shop, feel free to check out the video I made on the process. But once you've created your product template and added it to your shop, customers will then be able to check out your product listing page and make a purchase. Using Printful to sell embroidered designs is a great way to set your products apart from the competition. I haven't seen very many embroidered designs being offered out there, so it could definitely make your online shop unique. If you haven't joined Printful yet, go ahead and create your free account by clicking the link in the video description. And if you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.